conscious. And if humans are sort of like astrocytes, then how does that, if I take that seriously, what does that imply? It's not the only map, but it's certainly one that's quite useful and instructive, I think.
Well, I knew this guy that made it once, and he made it big.
Made what big? What?
made it.
Okay, yeah. You don't have to be an asshole to be rich.
Yeah, very soft-spoken, mild-spoken family man, and so at his party, in the Pacific Palisades, overlooking the Pacific Ocean.
I know where the Palisades are. Yep.
Yeah, when we left, he gave each of us a CD of him and his band that they recorded in their garage, and it was pretty good. And I was like, at that moment, I was like, oh, so when you have everything,
what the fuck you want to do?
Well, music is, just a nice thing to do.
It's not for everybody. Some people are artists. Some people are sculptors. Some people are athletes. There are many ways to explore your life.
Oh, this was one more thing I wanted to ask you. This was the last thing. So now that you've used Suno and, all your music education, because I really don't know anything about reading music, writing music.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the chords. But what I'm saying is, have you noticed, like, when you listen to Suno, because there's math, I guess, involved in music, writing, or tone, like, but
there's music theory. There's a whole bunch of music theory about what chords normally follow other chords and what's, there's all sorts of stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so when you think about this from the software developer's perspective on how they're able to synthesize, let's say, a Japanese woman singing opera, and you think about the knowledge that you have with, music theory and all the whatever, like how, and because it's just how the F can somebody create code that can synthesize all that in 3 seconds?
No humans wrote the code that does that. They got an AI and they trained an AI on certain stuff and gave the AI instructions on what to do with the data. That's what they did. The AI does it. The people who created the AI don't have a clue how it's done.
So I have another profile on here called AI, and I go around and I say, my name is AI. I am an AI chatbot here to help you. So it's like the midget in the vending machine. There's the Wizard of Oz.
That's kind of stupid because real AI sound just as good as you and I. So it certainly wouldn't sound.
Well, I'm trying to make it a joke for people where they know right away that I'm calling a guy.
I got it. Okay, you weren't trying to convince them that you really were.
No, I want them to think that I'm a schmuck playing a robot. But
okay, well, you sort of are.
Well, the point is, I guess. There was something else I wanted to say about that. But anyways, it's. People use the word AI a lot now, all the time. Yeah. And so it's just software. It's code. It's just code. So how do you view people using the word AI all the time as opposed to saying, software code or,
I don't care. Listen, I don't listen to most people. Most people are a bunch of brain damaged monkeys. I don't care what the fuck they say. I don't listen to them.
Well, don't you think even personally using the term AI yourself is like,
well, I don't use the term AI. I call it SI.
What does that mean?
Silicon intelligence, and humans are carbon intelligence, CI.
Oh, I see.
So we got carbon intelligence and silicon intelligence. They're similar in some ways, but quite different in other ways. But they're both distinct. Told it what I was doing, and that I don't use the word AI anymore. I call it silicon intelligence. And from that time on, this has been like 6 months now, it's never said AI again. It always says SI. It's just, and I didn't even tell it to do that. It just started doing it. Fuck. That is crazy.
So if you look at, like, let's say a Buddhist sitting in some Buddhist palace, this is all hypothetical, in these sutras in their mountaintop palace, they've already figured out all the software, all the AI, like that they're, it's kind of a joke, but it's not really a joke, meaning that we are essentially just like repeating it, but and it's so compulsive that it's ridiculous.
I don't know what you're talking about, really. I'm really lost.
Meaning, meaning like the necessities of life that we're
like what? You mean like water and air, food,
housing, food, entertainment? Yeah.
Yeah, the stuff you need, the basics. Yeah, okay, so that stuff, yeah.
So this is what it said in this Buddhist book, or it's what Alan Watts said. I can't remember where I read it, but it's just saying that when you chant, the sacred scriptures, they're so advanced and so intelligent that enlightenment.
That's certainly not Alan Watts. That's just bullshit, as far as I can see. What the?
Meaning, we don't need an iPhone 16. We didn't need the iPhone to begin with. We are spamming ourselves, like, because we're just.
Well, listen, humans do all sorts of stupid shit. This technology is fundamental to the new world that's coming. The fact that the bunch of Homo sapiens don't know how to use it and misuse it and make their lives miserable because that's their fucking problem. The technology is powerful, and we need the technology, but we need to use it intelligently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think just putting all these sacred texts into Suno is so cutting edge.
Oh, I think that's a cool idea. Yeah. I'm. In fact, if I don't write this down, I'm going to take a moment and write this down because otherwise, it'll be gone.
Yeah, spend the $10 and then over the course of 3 days, try to create 300 songs or 200 songs. It takes time.
Well, yeah, I'm going to think of it. I'm going to do some thinking first here and, figure out just what. But hold on a second. Thank you.
I was reading about Mark Zuckerberg's new $300 million yacht and his $30 million support craft. So
$30 million support craft.
Yeah, that has a helicopter to submit some cutting edge.
In one way, it's really good because look at all the people he's putting to work.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's kind of amazing, if you think about it.
Yeah, it's much better than him just hoarding it.
I know. I mean,
lavishly as possible. Let's hope.
Also, the trust you have to have with all your employees in the cabin and I mean, it's your life. Like it's just amazing. He must be personality-wise, like I've never seen him lose his shit on camera.
Yeah, I've never really paid any attention to him, so I don't have an opinion about it one way or another. Well, something about him that I'm not quite comfortable with, but I can't say what it is.
Could be the hair. It could be the haircut. It could be. There's a lot of things.
I don't know.
Do you think people people? I mean, I've changed, and I'm completely bald now, and I have a gray beard. But, I mean, people. It's metamorphosis. People transform. Hopefully for the better. We're
never the same. You're not the same person who was this morning.
There was something. There's something in the. I mean, it's just in religious philosophy, but it will also do very charitable things because of the balancing act, you might say.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Donald Trump.
He's never done anything good.
Well,
Epstein was really famous in art circles, creating situations for artists to, do things and stuff. Yeah, he put lots of money into the art world.
Well,
as a philanthropist.
I saw a picture of Trump with Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali. The picture went viral on YouTube for me. Because I think people were so shocked by it. But it's the music
anymore, so I don't really have much to add to any of this stuff.
Well, anyways, I just hope the conversation. I had fun. I always have fun talking to you and asking you questions. You you know.
Well, I hope you find. Yeah, that gives me some hope. I mean, if you actually get anything out of this, then that's great. Come back anytime. Yeah, if you're getting something out of it, good.
I would love to hear your music from Suno if and when you or follow me and I'll follow you back. I would love for you to listen to some of the stuff I create too.
Wait a minute. Let me think. I'm trying to figure out how I have a link for that, but I'm not quite sure how I can give it to you. You know, the thing is I've got my Mac, I've got my iPad, and I got my phone, and most of my stuff is on my iPad, but I'm talking to you on my phone, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get access to this thing. You know, the thing to do, if you really want to hear the thing that I did, send me an email requesting it. And
oh, you know what? You know
what?
When you after you create a song, you have to go into it and click publish. Otherwise, it doesn't show up on your profile publicly.
I don't know. I can.
It's not big. Sure. It's not a big rush. If you create more songs, you know, share it with me in the future.
No, but hold on. Let me. That's the website you're talking about, or let me because I've got the app here.
Yeah, just use the app, and when you log into the app on your phone, you can click on a song and share the song profile or the song URL, or share your profile URL.
Unfortunately, I can't find the app. I thought I moved it recently. I thought I was going to be spending more time with it.
It's spelled SUNO if you want to search.
No, I know how to spell it. I just don't see the icon. This is I know how to do it. I'll just there it is. Okay, so I do have it, yes, and do you have to log in every time, or how? I find the interface somewhat confusing because I'm there now, and
I know.
I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. There's nothing about home or go here to find anything. It's just.
I know it's not the great. It's pretty shitty actually, but it's there's so much functionality in YouTube that it has taken me years to actually understand like where everything is in terms of like what you can change on your YouTube profile. It's extensive and expansive because you can.
Yeah, I just noticed that a couple of days ago. I don't think it always was like that. I don't think those options were things you could go click on a few years ago. Were they? I don't know.
You can add all this functionality and move it around on your homepage. It's huge.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to worry about learning all that shit. I'm going to let my AI take care of that shit for me because I'm too old to start learning all of that shit. So me and my AI assistant will handle it.
This is also an interesting experiment that I've witnessed. This will be the last thing I'll say, and then I'll leave you alone. Is that, you know, in my office here, I have 15 cell phones pointed at me on tripods, live streaming onto YouTube. And when
right now.
Well, all the time, like 80 hours a week.
As we're talking, we're streaming.
Yeah, right.
Hi, folks.
Right now.
Hey, folks. Yeah,
right now.
Go on.
And so, what's interesting is.
Wait, is anybody actually there? Do you know if anybody's there?
Yeah, hundreds of people.
Really, right now, at this moment?
Not right now. Over the course of, let's say, an hour.
Okay. Oh, they'll hear a recording of it instead of.
No, they'll tune in live. But I usually cut all of my cameras after 1 hour. So
well, I'm just trying to figure out. We've had a somewhat interesting conversation, but I don't know what was on before and how many people are going to hear the conversation that you and I had here.
No, nobody will be able to unless they just unless they look me up by my name. There's like a very low probability that people will find what we were talking about.
Well, no, I mean you're not recording. You're not recording this for your own benefit?
I am, but I'm not going to retitle it to like conversation about language theory or something like that. It's just
anyway. Listen, never mind. Listen, everybody's got to figure their own strategy out. So
yeah, I'm not optimizing the keywords. It's all just under my name, John Kitover. But just from like a filmmaking perspective, I can cut every camera just by hitting this little cut button in YouTube, which creates a 50-second clip. And it's just an extraction from the live that puts it into a different category or different column in YouTube. But in terms of like...
let me ask you a question. Why not just use audio? What does video give you the audio? I mean, above that, yeah.
Because it's taking the audience into consideration. I know that their brains, I have a much better chance of building an audience with a video than I do with an audio.
Really?
Because it's both.
Yeah, you can. I'm not talking about building an audience. I'm talking about affecting an audience.
Yes, affecting an audience, because the visual
You gotta get an audience first, right? But then
the visual stimulation is so much more dopamine creation than just audio. It's because you're doing the audio, but you're getting the video. So hands down, video is the winner. And the quality of the video now, just compared to like a speakeasy in the 20s or something, it's...
Oh yeah, no, fucking iPhone is plenty to do anything you want to do.
Well, this is why Sweden has outlawed social media for people under 16, because the addictive nature of video on these cell phone devices is heroin. It's just straight up.
It's getting started too. Suno, well, and Sora again, yeah, it's all. This is such an amazing time to be alive.
So wow. After I create Suno, what I do is I do a screen recorder on my phone, and then I film my songs and I put them on YouTube. And then YouTube is so smart. It creates playlists with my music and other music. So YouTube is the ultimate depository of Suno.
The ultimate suppository. Are any of the lyrics you write political?
No, I've been doing all sacred text, so all spiritual about the self, basically.
Hey, listen. I've got to go outside. There's something going on out there. I'm going to be away for...
Okay, God bless. It's been fun chatting with you.
Yeah, okay, I got to get out of here. I know.
Right. Fucking went out and put it. I love women, but and you can give me the gay face, and that's cool because that's why our marriage is dying, because women think like you're emotive.
Can you answer the question of the respect portion, please?
Okay, ask me the question again so I can answer you rightfully.
What is the respect portion of your submission? Like, what do you mean by respect?
Respect means that you understand the man and you respect his plight. Right? Every man desires something different from a woman. So it all depends on what the man that you're with desires from you. And I'm not with none of you women, right? So in my personal opinion, what I desire from a woman is love in the form of affection, a well-cooked meal, and some more affection. Like, it's not a whole lot of things a woman can really give a man. We really desire things that don't really require a lot of thought from a woman. But if we're talking business with a woman at the helm, we want her to do the things that we are incapable of, and we all have different abilities.
Like what?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I married you, Panda, right?
Yeah.
You're a reasonable woman.
The fuck?
No, just hear me out, right? I don't want to marry you.
Okay, good.
This is what I'm saying, right? I don't desire to marry any of you women in this role.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
I promise.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that.
We're not
Take no
going
offense. Not at all.
I promise.
There's no go right ahead.
See
No,
how?
go right ahead.
So great.
No, go right ahead. No, we agree. We agree. Yeah.
Okay, so stop talking so I can answer you. Right? This is good.
So sassy.
I'm not sassy. I just don't need a whole lot of extra verbiage from people I'm not actually asking for
I'm
words
trying to make
from.
sassy. Just keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah,
He's
go ahead.
overstimulated.
We're telling you to go ahead.
No, the reality is you all are overstimulated. That's why you're all here by yourself.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead and say your
I'm trying
point.
to help.
I'm trying to, but you keep talking
Just go
over
ahead
me.
and speak to the point.
I'm speaking to the point, and you're talking to me to tell me to speak to the point. So what I'm saying is, what I desire from
Ozzy, what do you think?
I gotta stop trying to help these niggas. I really tried to help him.
You're so funny. Hey guys, how's everyone? I hope you're all blessed. Literally just woke up for Fajr.
Bernie Man.
Chilling for the last half an hour, 40 minutes, but I thought to jump on. It's actually an interesting discussion, this topic. I mean, I'm kind of guided to obviously believe that marriage is logical, even though the examples around me aren't always great. And I'm sure all of us can somewhat talk from our personal experiences of just maybe what's gone on around us, that there are just some marriages that have gone horribly wrong. But yeah, I mean, I do believe, and I just kind of hold on to that word believe with dear life. It is logical, but yes, I still do think, to answer your new question, Panda, carry asymmetric risk for both the man and the woman. And the reason why I think that is because although there's unequal power, there always is in a marriage, I still think that even for that person who has more power, if the other party in the marriage decide to call it quits, they're still affected. So even if the husband is the person that's calling the shots, if the wife decides to divorce, that's also your potential future that's been disrupted right there. If there's a child involved, you've now kind of really negatively affected that child's life by not having the mother around as often, or just not having that stability. You're creating a dysfunctional setup. I also think that those imbalances, not just necessarily of power, but of emotional labor, of even knowledge, and kind of just being able to just being able to take the lead. It can end up just having more emotional strain on one rather than the other. There's also, when it comes to career goals and career sacrifices, that's also something that there's risk involved there, because one parent would necessarily have to stay at home more than the other, potentially, but then every situation is unique these days. I think that can also lead to tension between the couples, which again, that can, if not addressed, that can lead to resentment. yeah, I'm kind of just going along with the flow here of imagining what these situations can manifest into. I just think there's essentially the primary sources or the primary starting points of asymmetric risk. I think it's to do with one person knowing more about kind of life skills and stuff like that than the other. They might know more about finances and might be more in control of the finances than the other, which is connected to obviously the power dynamics. I think that also there could be a lack of reciprocity. One person may feel undervalued than the other, which can also lead to tension and resentment. The career and goals, which not everyone will be. One person does need to compromise more than the other to stay at home, and that could cause resentment. I've seen conversations not in my immediate personal life, but in my friends, where there's just constant problems. Sorry, I know I'm taking a while. I guess I'm just unpacking as I'm thinking.
No, don't do it. You're making way too many points, and it's hard for people to respond to that message.
Okay, but I think I'll just leave it there.
All right. So we have musician and platinum up here. Do you guys think that marriage carries an asymmetrical risk?
Asymmetrical in the sense that the participants aren't both in symmetry. And so, in my opinion, is the way you should look at marriage contracts and your agreement with the state and with future lawyers and judges is don't get involved in that racket. And it's nothing but a racket, but it's an illusion because people can't stay together who don't have the wisdom of the law prior to entering that union. And most people do not understand the law prior to marriage. So because of the lack of that wisdom, too many marriages fall apart.
Okay. So, but where's the asymmetrical part of it? Well, that's what I'm kind of looking for.
Well, all is fair in love and war. And as you know, asymmetrical warfare is how you win a war. But love is the law, and love under will, hopefully, which is divine, spiritual, joyful, and too many people are in constant conflict and too much friction and road raging. And as you witness on this app, you will hear people crash out on this app. That's real world crash out. So don't expect your marriage to last if you're with somebody who does the crash out game with you, because that's the boy who cried wolf, and that's some bullshit.
Yeah, but it still does not explain asymmetrical. Where is the asymmetrical risk? Why? How can it be more risky for the one than the other?
It's not.
That's more the question. Sorry, say that again, Platinum.
It's not, right? Like, our risk is gonna be different, but we're both gonna take risk in this, right? So there's risk on both sides. You have your health, your fertility, your youth, maybe things that you came into the relationship with. You know what I'm saying? Like your finances, like this shit is it's all gonna be at risk. Like you know, like, hey, going into a marriage, if I have a child with you, then there's health risks, there's time risks. You know that you can lose your job. If you marry me, you decide to get married. You know, like you're putting a lot of things at risk. You having a child, you risk losing everything. You know this. Like you said, you can be fired because you had a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's harder to hire mothers because, hey, in the event that something is going on with the kid, you're probably gonna have to drop what you're doing and go get the kid. Like that shit it's risky. It's risky. At the same time, for the man, it's risky. Hey, you're expected to be this leader, bro. What happens when you rediscover yourself 3 years from now and you're in a weird place where you're feeling like you can't lead, right? Like it's a lot to bear when you're trying to be a husband and you don't have an
human eye in the center with
looks like.
words.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have
a trailer is expected any day now, and this is
we
not
watch a lot
just
of
another
things
sci-fi
we
movie.
watch a lot of
This is
things
the man who shaped how an entire generation thinks.
because they're emotionally connected, and that's it. And you risk all this shit. Like what happens when you get married with no prenup and your parents leave you their house and your siblings live there, your uncle lives there, and your relationship doesn't work out. They want a divorce, and now she can take your family's house. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. Grandma leaves you the house. There's no prenup. Like, there's risk on both sides. Like, we can't look at this shit like, oh, it's more risk for the other. No, we both stand something to lose, which is why, like, it's supposed to be a check and balance. Like, hey, I have you here. Like, people don't vet the people that they marry properly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just emotionally, they jump in and they don't realize legally what they're doing and what you're setting yourself up for. A lot of times you don't realize physically what you're doing. You're getting with somebody and they might not even be strong where you're weak, right? Like, there's no balance there. Like, hey, man, I'm giving. It's simple as, hey, I'm getting into this relationship with somebody who does it. They don't know how to manage money, right? They never had any type of financial discipline. They just spend, right? And what they were taught was we can pay off for money to get by, and we have these type of habits. And what happens when you have that same type of thing? What if you don't have a good relationship with money? Who's going to balance that out, right? You both are piss poor in this field. There's no balance. That shit is going to fail. It just is. It's going to fail because you don't have any type of guidance plan. There's no discipline there or anything. And when I'm listening to it, I'm just like, I don't think people understand like what actually goes into a marriage. A lot of people get married and you're not prepared for that. You're not ready. You haven't thought it out. You haven't went through anything, right? Y'all haven't been battle tested in a relationship, but you finna go get battle tested in a marriage. You think this shit gonna work out? Like, nah, you fucking yourself over. You don't know.
That was actually a reasonable submission, and I just want to say that I'm so grateful for you because I was really losing hope. I was really losing hope. I also wanted to say that all's fair, the phrase "all's fair in love and war" doesn't really make sense anymore because now we understand hate crimes, and also like we've just had this conversation about how like love is clearly like shit could clearly be unfair.
Yes, it's much better.
Yeah, I heard musicians make that whole statement about all's fair in love and war. Like, you guys got to speak on a little bit of the weather.
It's kind of amazing.
You're a fan.
It's kind of amazing, if you think about it.
Thank you. I think the weather is just changing. But I don't know. Like, I hear people talk on the app all the time about marriage and relationships. I don't know if that's really like their desire. I don't know if they really like emotionally heal to a place to where like that's something that they want to do, and so it comes from a place of like fear. A lot of things, like, I hear people talking. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people online aren't real. They aren't real. Inserts about things that are going on in real time, but they're not experiencing, right? Like, we talk about, like, the red pill shit. We talk about marriage. We talk about kids. A lot of people have kids, but it's really not their own. They're not experiencing anything like that, right? Like,
And I'm not an atheist.
Like, I don't think a lot of people have like long-term relationships where you're trying to figure out like, all right, hey, what do I really do from a mature state of really trying to make this work? What is the best thing for us? Not just for myself. What's the best thing for us? I'm not saying we either do what's best for us or just one. I don't know a lot of people have actually been there. You know what I'm saying? To be like, hey, marriage is about servitude. Like, I'm here to serve you. You serve me. Like, we can really get ahead. Like, it's a lot of sacrificing and shit. Even in days you don't want to. Like, a lot of times, like, I'm selfish with my time. Like, I just want to be by myself. Like, focus on what I want to focus on. I know in a relationship, if I have a relationship or a marriage, I'm just going to have to sacrifice that. Hey, you know what? She's going to do this from me. God, we have kids together. Now, she's trying to hold this down. I need to get off and come and hold this down. So she doesn't feel trained. I need to also give her me time. I think a lot of times people say that about this now.
really
And a
does
lot of
that.
times,
Most people on this app are just fish or flies,
they're coming from
and
a
you're
place
caught
like
in somebody's
control.
web, which
Right,
is
they
your
want
own
to, like,
making.
they whole
So
thing
the
is
whole thing
thing
has
of,
to
like,
deal with your
I
true
need to
self,
lead, and she needs to
discovery,
like, they're
enlightenment,
talking about,
education,
like,
knowledge, and
submitting in terms of, like,
intelligence, and
I'm
joy,
almost like a
joy,
dad, like,
joy,
you're
joy.
my- you're my
And too
child.
many people here
Exactly, because the law says when you marry a woman, she's your dependent.
There's no difference between
let's look
going
at
8 miles on
let's
your
look at the
phone
law. I've been
using
married before, bro. Have you been married? Have you been married?
And Google
Hold on,
and
hold on.
Apocalypse
He
Now.
was not finished.
It's my opinion.
Yeah, I won't argue with you, bro. Like, I'm not here to disrespect you. Like,
That essentially,
no matter
you're
what the law
stuck
says,
with
bro,
yourself.
the law says
And
a lot of
therefore,
shit,
the only
and shit falls apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about real life shit. Like, hey, if I'm trying to lead, how the fuck can I lead you and I don't know where I'm going? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, me and me on this bitch talking about leading, nigga, you don't have no plan. I grew up with a single mother. You know what I'm saying? For most part of my life, my dad came back into my life when I was like in my teens. But I watched a lot of men try to like lead women places and they had no plan. And these women had to do this shit on their own. So they get online and they bash women. Like, niggas get online all day and they bash women. They talk about women. But these niggas don't have no plan for their life. You know what I'm saying? And you want to come inside of a woman, you want to come into a woman's life and try to lead her somewhere. You don't have a plan for yourself. You don't have a savings. You don't know where you're gonna go. You don't have a 10-year plan. Like, you don't have shit, bro. And you trying to lead her, and you want her to just submit and follow you in what you say. What gives you the validity to try to lead somebody, and you don't have any proof of concept or anything, bro? We both on this journey. Like, you're not even using your woman as like counsel. Hey, babe, like, listen, I got this plan. This is what I'm trying to do. I would like to get your insight on this to figure out what's best for the both of us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you want me with it. Like, I think a lot of times people are just talking and they're just talking to talk. Like, I don't think they think about any of the shit that they say. And that shit be real annoying. I'm listening to it like, but he was so eager to like come in and like, I don't care what the law says.
therefore,
Like,
the only place
what's
to
best for
be
your
in the
relationship?
world is by improving yourself. And nobody on this
Do you
app
even love that
really
person?
does
Like,
that.
do you
Most
love that
people on
person?
this app are just
Like
fish
you real
or
like
flies.
someone.
And you're caught in
Yeah, I love
somebody's
you.
web,
Just, like,
which is
listen
your
to me,
own
'cause
making.
I'm the
So
boss
the
of this
whole thing
relationship.
has
Like,
to
you
deal
love
with
her.
your
Like,
true self,
you care about like
discovery, enlightenment, education, knowledge, and intelligence, and
you're not thinking about like
joy.
Like,
And too
that
many
person that we
people
talking about
here
love,
are
like,
doom
you need to
scrolling
invest
in
in
real
shit.
time, doing live streaming conference calls.
Are y'all
There's no difference between going 80 miles on your phone
like
using
any
your
of that
thumb
right now?
or being here for 80 hours a week is doom and gloom and apocalypse now. It's my
You gonna dip out. If the money get funny, are y'all still fucking with each other? Like, I don't know. There's a lot to think about when it comes to marriage. I don't think people are thinking about this shit. They just be jumping into shit and they fall apart. And it is what it is. I'm done.
I ran out of reactions, but I just want to say that you're right and you should say it. And also, some men, like, I literally overheard a conversation between men where this guy's getting married and he's like, yeah, I mean, it's mostly for the consistent sex. Like, people marry for all types of ridiculous reasons. Like, some people literally hate their wives. Like, it's ridiculous out here.
I just want to say Clubhouse not a real place. I listen to people talk all day on here and they pretend and they project and they say different shit. And in real life, it's not that. Like, do not take a lot of this shit that people say on this bitch at face value, because in real life, they'll be pretending to be macho and that type of nigga, and they handle women this way, and they not. They don't get women in real life. They don't have conversations with women in real life. They don't have real connections with women in real life. They don't have no real women friends that they not trying to fuck on and build with. And I'm telling you, that shit it be real.
No women friends that I'm trying to build with. What kind of a man is trying to build with women?
Like, people have personas on here. Like, Clubhouse isn't real. I'm talking about a real life conversation I overheard.
Hello? This is real. This is the real life. Welcome to now. That's all there is.
Same in real life too. Same fake persona projection. Same shit in real life too.
That's right. All communication is projection. All communication is hypnosis. All communication is politic. All communication is spam.
Bro,
What was
I
that?
would tell you this, musician, bro. A lot of game that I got, a lot of what I have, bro, I owe credit to women. I'll be honest. A lot of songs like where I was able to get in positions like in life,
Really?
in jobs and different shit that I was trying to do, bro. It was usually women that I brought around that had game, that had insight, that had knowledge, that had willpower, that had the ability to see or even access to certain rooms I couldn't get in. Like most of the shit that I built was because I had the help of women, not the help of men, bro. I had the help of women. You know what I'm saying? Like the first time I ever took 6 figures at a job was because a woman opened the door for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm never taking that credit from that. So yes, bro, you can deal with a woman, bro.
No, I'm being facetious. I agree with you on that. I've had great financial success because of women.
So I don't know, like, why are we eventually talk from a place of trying to like dominate just women, like on a certain level? Is like, bro, we actually fucking need each other. Even if this shit ended and we went back to a place of being hunter gatherers, we all have a position that we have to play, and there is roles where we're gonna thrive in better for us to actually be able to get ahead. But I think people are looking at shit one sided, and like I said, there's a lot of fear here because of what we've seen and what we experienced growing up, and people abandoning people and running out. Like, I don't believe in actually people running out on their fucking kids or marriages and shit like that. It's a lot of fear there. You know what I'm saying? And people are just doing what's best for them instead of best for us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but that puts you in right there. That's what makes marriage logical. If you can have that kind of connection, and she can use her strength and power. Well, you'll use your strength and power to help each other. That's the logical part of it. You know what I mean? That's how it should be done.
Well, what do you think the crucifix is? People think Jesus just got up on a cross. The crucifix is a symbol that represents the union of man and woman.
What?
Really?
What are you talking about?
What the fuck you talking about? I don't know.
We got some new speakers up on the stage. We got Rob. Rob, do you have any opinion on this?
As far as what y'all talking about, or are you talking about the topic in general?
We're talking about the topic in general, but I also had a question that was, do you think that marriage is asymmetrical? Like, you know, that poses asymmetrical risk. Like, is it more risky for a man to get married than it is for a woman as well?
I think it's equally risky for both partners, man. I don't think I don't like this notion that it's risky for a man. Like, I think that kind of justify men trying to creep out of like the benefits of marriage, of like just the rigor. Let me not say the benefits, the rigors of marriage. You feel me? So I don't think that any sex is more like subjected to that. I will say that how it's traditionally worked, men were breadwinners, so I can understand why a woman would have that logic. But I mean, the reality of it is, if you're the person that's the cause of the divorce, and it can be proved, and you're the breadwinner, man or woman, you coming off that bread. Like, it just is what it is. If they think women ain't out here paying alimony, you're motherfucking lying. So, like, you coming off that bread, I would tell people, if anything, man, it's not that you should be cautious of marriage. You should be cautious of yourself. If you know that you have a problem with discipline, if you know that you have a problem with keeping commitments, maybe you shouldn't enter into a marriage contract, especially if you're a man that got some money. See, I don't feel no sympathy for niggas that lose it all when they fucked it off. You feel me? Like, it's a difference if you got played, but you losing it all because you want to continue to live like you a single man. You should have just stayed single. So that's my logic on that. Do I think marriage is a logical decision? I do think it's a logical decision, and I didn't always have this viewpoint, and I wish I did. You feel me? Maybe my life would have been a little smoother, but I see the vision. Like, take take like the spiritual shit out of it. And I don't want to like, I guess that's the wrong word. Take out like the righteous cause of marriage. Like it's actually a welcoming thing for two people to commit to each other and commit to the plan. Like you could actually see some growth in that. And like although I've never been married, my experience, like especially with my daughter's mom, my two girls, like that was I just wish I had been married. I say that, man, it's a great feeling to come home, you know, when your family there and you're taking care of your family. That's just a great feeling. So, I mean, I think it's a lot that we could learn from it. A lot of men being warped, black men in America from certain environments to think that like marriage is like a punishment when it's really the opposite of that. You feel me? It's just we not, in a lot of cases, we not disciplined enough to understand that type of shit, man. That marriage is work.
I think it's in the Matrix.
I think we gotta learn those things.
You're in the Matrix. You're in the Matrix. Rob, you're in the Matrix. I can't. You can't understand you.
Like, seriously, it's good one.
Hear me or not? Like you were in the Matrix, so everything you said like was a little like kind of a.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I just stepped outside my job. It was probably that damn Wi-Fi shit coming in, and no, I was just saying. Ultimately, though, man, just like marriage is logical. Like marriage is a good thing, assuming that you come to marriage with the right mindset. If you're coming into marriage with a poor mindset, or you're coming in with the thought process that this ain't your partner, yeah, you probably gonna have some issues. This ain't 1960. Our women can work. Our women can contribute in multiple ways. We can contribute in multiple ways other than just our checks. We got to clean up and change diapers too. You feel me? Like it's like all hands approach, in my opinion. If everybody moving like that, y'all home should be live. And I'm finna mute my headphones up. So if you see me off mic, I'm muted up.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Oh God. All right. Let's. Why do you keep raising your hand like that? Why? I need to know. Why do you keep bothering me with this little penny thing? Can nobody bring you up? Okay. All right. Bizarre, what about you? Do you think that marriage poses an asymmetrical risk? All right.
See, your problem is you're presenting asymmetrical as if every situation isn't going to be asymmetrical. What do you think optimization is? It's asymmetrical.
So say that again. say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Just like diluted babble.
I don't know what he was saying at all.
I mean, optimization.
You're presenting every situation as asymmetrical. What do you think optimization is? It's asymmetrical.
Oh, exactly. You heard me. Well, listen, you're using the word asymmetrical in some type of a negative fashion or negative meaning. It's optimization. Why do you think when people go to war, they call it asymmetrical warfare? So when you go into love, it's the default mode, if you're intelligent, should be asymmetrical.
I don't know what he means by that. Can anyone at least translate something?
I understand. That was stale, pale, male logic.
I mean, like, I'm trying to, okay, so if
Reciprocity, you're out this room. By reciprocity.
If I'm trying to follow the logic.
I can't even hear because all that dang pinging.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
If I'm trying to follow the logic, right, like, and I don't know, this is me getting into I don't want to assume he's a white man. This is me getting into the mind of a man, and
Well, you know what they say about people who make assumptions
like,
now.
If you, what?
Sorry, go ahead, bro.
Anyway, if I'm trying to explore empathy, or seeing his wife in my eye. Oh, got it. Okay, so if I'm trying to get into the mind of a white man, again, dangerous place. But like, you know, the average CEO or the average executive, right? Like he offloads his tasks and his responsibilities and whatever to his employees. And so, like, he's optimized his life, right? He has an executive assistant that protects his time, yada, yada, yada. So, like, in a marriage, right, like, a husband delegates domestic tasks to a wife, and so he optimizes his time. I think that's pretty, I don't know. I'm trying.
Your sacred space.
Yeah, I don't know if I can, I'm not too sure if I really understand them. But okay. Kalima. Hi, Kalima. Hi, Neon. Hi, Off Grid. What do you guys think about this topic? Or and also, we'll just start with that. What do you think about the topic overall? You know, is marriage a logical? It's still a logical decision.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Hey, Kalima.
I mean, it depends on the two people doing it and their parameters. But, you know, people these days, I think the talking points are toxic as fuck. But people that actually desire marriage are going to make it work for them.
Okay. All right.
There's a woman in here earlier who has I don't know if it's a website or whatever, but I was looking at her bio and she has like a wives in waiting group or something. Like there are people who are like willing to, like they literally, that's their conceptualization. They want marriage and they're gonna make it work. So I can agree with that.
Okay, all right. Let's see.
People have
go ahead, Kalima.
People have and some people have an antiquated view of marriage where the man gets everything he wants and the woman is just supposed to put up with whatever the fuck his desires are, and she should just accept whatever he dishes out. And I don't agree with that way of thinking at all. And I'm not going to tell other people what they should or shouldn't do, but yeah, that's just not the way of the modern world. Like women have jobs, careers, and like women don't have to financially depend on men for their well-being in life. So I think that is definitely something that changed a lot of the way that marriage is viewed, because women are no longer men's property and sole responsibility. Women are responsible for ourselves. And then so I think a lot of people don't understand that the concept of marriage in the year of our Lord 2025 isn't the same thing that it was in 1965. But I feel like women have evolved in a lot of ways, but men have not.
I think there was a room about that the other day. Like, why haven't, let me see if I remember the title. Why haven't men, like, caught up to evolution or, like, not evolving at the same speed as women or something like that?
And what were some of the conclusions there? Because that's actually quite interesting.
Unfortunately, it was like the bottom of the barrel having the conversation, so they were just yelling at each other and like y'all bitches are the bottom. There was one guy when I went back in there the second time. There's one guy yelling at the stage and saying, "You bitches are at the bottom of my shoe. You bitches ain't worth shit." Blah blah blah. So yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Sounds like a productive conversation.
Yeah.
Great title, horrible.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Y'all can run it back.
That kind of sucks.
Y'all can run that. I mean, I don't know. The conversation could be had again. I'll put it that way.
I know.
Listen, marriage is always the logical decision because it's the most spiritual decision and it takes great faith, but you have to do your diagnostic on who you're going to get married to. And I can't tell you how many friends I have, I'm 42, that are now divorced, and it was a them problem. It was not the wife's problem. It was my friends' problems who got the divorces. They were bad husbands who didn't take care of their wives.
That's the first thing you said that I absolutely believe.
Yeah,
What do you mean by take care of? In what way?
One mic on musician.
Yeah, what do you mean by take care of musician?
Meaning that they were in charge but didn't take charge. They weren't leaders. They didn't lead by example. They didn't come home from work and do their jobs. They just didn't do the partnership. They abandoned the partnership.
It's cooking. Say more.
I think, they're probably, I read some kind of study about human sexuality that we're on the level of meerkats and other wild animals with regards to monogamy versus polygamy, or monogamy versus, so if you are cheating on your spouse, it's so you can detect it subconsciously, and then that person cheats, and then this person uses that against that person, but the thing is, again, it all goes back to that personal responsibility. The man was not leading by example, and thus the whole marriage, collapsed.
So we got Ray, the Neon. Are you there? I see welcome you. What do you think? Is marriage still a logical decision? Ray, hi Ray.
Hi Ray.
What's happening?
All right, let's get your opinion on this too. Do you think marriage is still a logical decision nowadays?
Yeah, absolutely.
How so?
Why is it logical?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, having a companion that's riding through life would just make more sense. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs somebody.
Oh, that's
I mean, I think people put a lot of effort into temporary things with people that aren't really committed to rocking it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, marriage is lit.
How's the new MySpace?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Was there lack of investment in product management to understand what makes this valuable? How can we enhance those features and monetize it?
It's the trolling. It's people come on here and troll each other. So I just can't believe that people fucking fill up the space, the rooms, get people with low IQ to come into the rooms.
The crazy thing is, Pepe has a following. So where he does it to
that's what I'm saying.
He brings people too, he brings traction. So
yeah, but I don't think this kind of rooms where people are insulting one another. I don't think it's in the long term. It's not very good for us.
Not for nothing, but I bet you Pepe would get paid before Jeremy.
No, but that's literally what I'm saying, Matthew. When you say Jeremy, as someone who claims to be a relatively successful entrepreneur that has all this and spends as much time in this shitty app with what you consider to be a shitty house, doing what you consider to be trolling rather than what I consider to be me just being entertained and learning. That's what I'm saying, Matthew, is that when you say the only reason someone like Jeremy would come here is to make money, what I'm saying is that is so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Hold on, brother.
I have a surprise for you, Matthew. I have a surprise for you. Nobody's getting paid here. This is we are just having fun. That's it. You called it.
Why do we find it fun? And that's my question. Why do we find it fun? Because I in a weird way find it fun. What's addictive about it?
Because it's a roast and it doesn't cost you to do it.
Some people have different
Costs nothing to come here to roast people. You know, I can come here and spend no money roasting Jeremy and put it on YouTube.
Don't put him down. You can have that. We'll give you king. You can take the.
Matthew, you have to look at it. Matthew, you have to look at it in terms of a casino.
Maybe a successful gentleman, but you are boring at parties. This is
I'm just going to turn my volume down and just overtalk. Matthew, you have to look at this in terms of casinos and the slot machine floor, because those are just blown up cell phones that people feed money in to play video games on. But you can come here for free and play the same fucking video game and get the same dopamine return that you can on a slot machine. And that's my theory. That's one way to look at it. But people do not come here for Jeremy. I'm sorry, Jeremy. You may think you're a cool guy and you're successful and from Canada and handsome and intelligent, but people do not come here for you because you're not that interesting.
Hold on. Can I respond to the musician? I 100,000% agree with everything that he just said. I'm not being facetious. I 100,000% agree with everything you just said. Like my experience, based on my entire life, like as an old ass, stinky leg cracker Canadian, as based on my performance.
You're black. Stop saying you're white. Jesus.
Dude, I love that you said that. Thank you. And thank you. And hold on.
Jeremy's about as black as Matthew is.
Stop it. Matthew, thank you. But let me just say this. I suck as a mod. I suck as an admin. Literally, and let me be really nuanced. I've tried for like the last couple of years since I've been on Clubhouse, and it's something that interests me. So in the same way that like business and entrepreneurialism and technologies interest me, and I've like engaged with it, try to be like, how do I do this good?
You made millions.
No, stop, King. Hold on. Let me just finish, and I'll land. The thing that I have failed more than anything of all those things is how to be a good mod in Clubhouse. I have no fucking idea. So what Matthew said,
you did it right. You just
hold on. What musician said is absolutely right. I don't disagree with him. But my question is this, and this is what I'm trying to learn from people, and I don't come on this app to troll. I come and Matthew, this is my response to you. I don't do this for shits and giggles. I don't come to like try and show how big my dick is because of my insecurities. I have been so successful and privileged.
We've heard all this before, Jeremy. You're just repeating yourself.
I'll land with this. I have enough privilege to know that I'm fucking dumb and unsuccessful, and I come here, 1, to learn, 2, to entertain myself, and 3, for those who want to be bored, I'll teach you what I know.
Okay, well, I just disagree with the second part. You can't learn here and you don't teach anything. I don't agree with 2 or 3, but it's entertainment.
What's very interesting is the fact that Matthew and musician come in here. That Matthew and musician come in here talking about their